This is Max and Mia podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Max and Mia podcast.
Hi there. We're so glad you're here with us today. How's everyone doing?
Yeah, we hope you're all having a fantastic day. Before we dive in, we just wanted to say a massive thank you for all the love and support you've been showing our channel lately.
Seriously, it means the world to us. We've been reading your comments and messages, and honestly, they make our day every single time.
Absolutely, and if you're new here, welcome aboard. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our episodes.
And if you're enjoying what we do, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends who are also learning English. It really helps us reach more people.
So, Mia, what are we tackling today?
Well, Max, we know from your comments that speaking is probably the toughest skill to master when learning English. Am I right?
Oh, absolutely. And listening comes in as a close second. So today we're dedicating this entire episode to helping you boost those two skills.
Exactly. We're going to do some of the activities that you guys have told us you really enjoyed in the past. We'll have some fun, practice together, and hopefully you'll feel more confident speaking and understanding English by the end.
And hey, if you love this kind of content, please let us know in the comments below. Tell us what you think and, more importantly, what topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes.
Your feedback genuinely shapes what we do here, so don't be shy.
So, speaking first?
Yeah, I've been thinking about this. Why is speaking such a nightmare for so many people?
Honestly, I think it's because your brain is juggling like 5 things at once. You're trying to find the right words, get the grammar straight, worry about your accent.
And all of that while someone's staring at you, waiting for an answer.
Yes, the pressure's real. Plus, when you're reading or writing, you've got time to think. But speaking, it's instant.
And the fear of sounding stupid or saying something wrong. That can really mess with your confidence.
For sure. But here's what I always tell people. Feeling frustrated is part of the process. Everyone goes through it.
Totally normal. Even advanced learners have moments where they blank out or mix up their words.
The trick is finding ways to practice that don't feel like torture.
Which is why we've got something fun lined up.
We're bringing back one of your favorite activities from past episodes.
Images. We'll throw some pictures up on screen, and your job is to describe them.
But not just I see a dog. Go deep. What color is the dog? Where is it? What's it doing? What's behind it?
Think of it like you're on the phone with someone and they can't see what you're looking at. You've got to paint the picture with words.
If there are people in the image, describe them too. What are they wearing? What might they do for a living? Just speak freely.
Oh, and pause the video when the image pops up. Give yourself time to really talk through it.
Now, if you're only listening and not watching, maybe you're driving or at the gym, we've got you covered.
After each image, we'll describe what we see. So you'll still get listening practice and learn some new words along the way.
Everyone wins.
Okay, listeners, first image coming up.
All right, what did you see?
This one's very intense, honestly.
Yeah, it's a disaster zone. Looks like the aftermath of an earthquake, maybe? There's just destruction everywhere.
The first thing that caught my eye was the cars. There are at least 3 or 4 vehicles completely crushed under all this debris.
Right, and they're not just damaged, they're buried. One of them is white, another one's kinda grayish. They're surrounded by concrete slabs, metal beams, twisted metal.
The buildings have collapsed too. You can see parts of walls, roofs that have caved in. There's this one section with an orange and white pattern, maybe part of a building that just came down.
And everything's covered in dust and rubble, broken glass, chunks of concrete scattered all over the ground.
What's interesting, though, is if you look at the background, you can see mountains and some houses that are still standing.
Yeah, they look pretty much intact, which makes you think this wasn't a landslide or something coming down from the mountain. More likely an earthquake that hit this specific area hard.
The lighting suggests it's daytime, kind of overcast or maybe early morning. The whole scene has this grayish, somber tone to it.
It's definitely a heavy image. Really shows the power of natural disasters.
Speaking of which, this is a good moment to mention some vocabulary. We've got earthquakes, obviously.
Landslides, which we just talked about. That's when soil and rocks slide down a mountain or hill.
Floods, when water covers areas that are usually dry.
Hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis.
Volcanic eruptions, wildfires, avalanches in snowy areas.
All super useful words to know, especially when watching the news or reading about world events.
Now, if you were just listening and want to check out what the image actually looks like, feel free to jump back and watch this part of the video.
And if you described the image yourself, drop a comment below. Let us know how it went. Did you catch most of the details? What words did you struggle with?
We'd love to hear from you. Ready for the next one? Let's go.
Oh, this is completely different from the last image.
Way different. This one shows people working. Construction workers, specifically.
Yeah, they're paving a road. You can see fresh asphalt being laid down. It's that dark black surface.
There are several workers in the shot. The guy closest to us has his back turned, wearing dark pants and boots. He's holding some kind of tool. Looks like a shovel or rake.
Then there's another worker in the middle wearing an orange and gray outfit with a green hard hat. Safety first.
And behind him, there's someone in a security jacket. You can actually read security on the back.
Oh yeah, good eye. There's also heavy machinery. A big yellow road roller in the background. That's what they use to flatten and compress the asphalt.
Right. And there's another piece of equipment too. Looks like a paving machine. It's spreading the asphalt evenly across the road.
The setting is really interesting. It's clearly a hot day. Bright blue sky with just a few clouds.
And look at the landscape. It's super arid, almost desert-like. Just flat, sandy terrain stretching out forever.
You can see some small buildings way off in the distance, but mostly it's just open space.
The workers are definitely dealing with some heat out there. That's tough work.
For sure. So these guys are construction workers, but more specifically, we'd call them road workers or laborers.
In Spanish, you'd say obreros, right? That's a general term for manual laborers.
Exactly. And there are tons of related professions in construction.
You've got electricians, who handle all the wiring and electrical systems.
Plumbers, they install and repair pipes, water systems, that kind of thing.
Carpenters work with wood, building frames, cabinets, furniture.
Bricklayers or masons, they work with bricks, stones, concrete blocks.
Heavy equipment operators, like the person driving that road roller we saw.
We also have welders who join metal pieces together using high heat.
And then you've got engineers and architects who design everything before before construction even starts.
All these jobs are super important for building and maintaining infrastructure. Roads, bridges, buildings, you name it.
All right, if you only listen to this part, go back and check out the image. See if what you pictured matches reality.
And for those who described it, how'd you do? Did you mention the machinery? The landscape? Drop a comment. Okay, last image coming your way.
Ooh, this one's fun. Total change of scenery again.
We're in a city now, a big, busy city with tons of people everywhere.
The first thing that jumps out is all the advertising. Massive billboards and signs covering the buildings.
Yes, some of them have anime characters. You can see this huge poster with an animated girl on it.
There's also a big orange building on the right with Japanese text all over it, and that blue AOKI sign on the left.
So we're probably looking at Japan here. Tokyo maybe? Or another major city.
The street itself is wide and there's a crosswalk, a zebra crossing, right in the center. Lots of pedestrians waiting to cross.
Some people are already crossing, actually. There's someone riding a bike in the middle of the street.
You can spot a few cars too, but it's not super crowded with traffic. The focus is really on all the people and the buildings.
Speaking of buildings, they're packed tight together, covered floor to ceiling with colorful signs and advertisements.
Now here's something interesting. Look at the trees.
Oh yeah, they're bare. No leaves at all.
Which tells us it's either late autumn or winter. Probably winter, since those branches look completely stripped.
Good observation. So we've got spring, summer, autumn, or fall if you're American, and winter.
Each season has its own vibe. Spring brings flowers and warmer weather. Summer's hot and sunny. Autumn has those beautiful falling leaves. And winter gets cold with bare trees and sometimes snow.
And since we're talking about Japan, let's throw out some Asian countries while we're at it.
Sure, you've got China, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam,
Or India, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia.
Singapore, Cambodia.
And there are so many more. Asia's a massive continent with incredible diversity. Different languages, cultures, traditions.
Honestly, we could spend an entire episode just talking about Asian countries. There's so much richness there.
For real. All right, listeners, if you couldn't see the image, rewind and take a look. It's worth checking out all those details.
And if you described this one, tell us in the comments. Did you catch the season? The Japanese signs? We want to know how detailed you got.
Nice work on those descriptions. Now it's time to switch gears.
We're moving on to the listening part of today's episode.
This is where you get to put those ears to work. We've prepared a short audio conversation for you.
And here's the cool part. This conversation actually includes a lot of the vocabulary we've covered today with those images.
So, you might hear words related to natural disasters, construction work, professions, cities, seasons, all that good stuff we just talked about.
Your job is simple. Just listen carefully. Try to catch as many details as you can.
Don't stress if you don't understand everything on the first go. That's totally normal.
After the audio, we'll break it down together and discuss what happened in the conversation.
Sound good?
All right, here comes the audio. Focus up.
Hey, Tom. I didn't expect to see you here. Have you been?
Sarah, I'm doing all right, thanks. Just grabbing some coffee before heading to work. What about you?
Same, actually. I needed a break from the office. It's been such a hectic week.
Tell me about it. I heard there was that massive earthquake in Turkey last month. Did your company get involved with the relief efforts?
Yeah, we did. Our construction team was sent over to help assess the damage and start rebuilding some of the infrastructure. It was devastating. So many buildings collapsed. Roads were completely destroyed.
That must have been tough to see. I remember watching the news coverage. The images were heartbreaking. Crushed cars, piles of rubble everywhere.
Exactly. And the worst part was seeing areas where entire neighborhoods were gone. But then you'd look at the background and see houses on the hills that were totally fine. It really showed how unpredictable earthquakes can be.
Nature can be brutal. We've had our share of disasters, too. Remember those floods we had 2 years ago? The city was underwater for days.
Oh, God, yes. And then there are hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis. Seems like every year there's something major happening somewhere in the world.
It's scary. But at least we've got people like you and your team helping out. What kind of work did you guys do over there?
Well, mostly road repair initially. We had laborers out there from dawn till dusk, laying fresh asphalt, operating heavy machinery. You know, the usual. Rollers to flatten everything, paving machines, spreading the material.
Sounds exhausting, especially in that heat.
It was brutal. The landscape was so arid, almost desert-like. Bright sun beating down on us all day. The workers wore hard hats, boots, safety gear, but even then the heat was unbearable.
I can imagine. Were there other professionals involved too, or just construction workers?
Oh no, we had a whole team. Electricians came in to fix power lines, plumbers worked on water systems, carpenters helped rebuild wooden structures, even welders were there to repair metal frames and beams.
That's quite the operation. How long were you there?
About 3 weeks. Long enough to make some real progress, but not so long that I missed too much back home. Speaking of which, have you traveled anywhere lately?
Actually, yeah. I just got back from Japan last week.
No way. How was it?
Incredible. I spent most of my time in Tokyo. The city is just overwhelming in the best way possible. Everywhere you look, there are massive billboards, neon signs, advertisements covering every inch of the buildings.
I've seen pictures. It looks so vibrant and chaotic.
It really is. I stayed in this area called Akihabara. It's famous for anime and electronics. The streets were packed with people day and night. Crosswalks were constantly filled with pedestrians, bikes weaving through traffic.
Sounds amazing. What time of year did you go?
Late winter, actually. The trees were all bare, no leaves at all. It was pretty cold, but I kind of liked it. Gave the city a different atmosphere, you know?
I bet. Each season has its own charm. I'd love to visit during spring when the cherry blossoms are out.
That's supposed to be stunning. Everyone I talked to said spring is the best time. Parks fill up with pink flowers and people have these picnics under the trees.
Sounds beautiful. Did you explore much outside Tokyo?
A bit. I took a day trip to Kyoto and visited some temples. The architecture there is just breathtaking. And the craftsmanship. You can tell the carpenters and builders who worked on those structures centuries ago were true masters.
I'd love to see that. Japan's definitely on my bucket list. Actually, most of Asia is. There's so much diversity there.
For sure. China, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, India. Each country has such distinct cultures and histories.
Indonesia is another one I'm curious about, and the Philippines. I have a friend who's an architect there, and she's always posting photos of these incredible modern buildings.
That's the thing about traveling. You realize how much there is to see and learn. Every place has its own story.
Absolutely. Even the challenges, like those natural disasters we were talking about. They shape communities and bring people together in unexpected ways.
True. It's humbling, really.
Well, I should probably get going. My boss is expecting me back soon, and I've still got to review some blueprints for a new project.
No problem. It was great catching up. Let's grab dinner sometime soon.
Definitely. Take care, Tom.
You too, Sarah. See you around.
All right, so what did you catch from that conversation?
Pretty interesting chat between Sarah and Tom, right? They covered quite a bit.
They started off casual, just running into each other at a coffee shop. But then it quickly turned into a deeper discussion.
Yeah, Sarah mentioned her work with earthquake relief in Turkey. That's where we got a lot of that disaster vocabulary. Earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, tsunamis.
And she described the aftermath, too. Collapsed buildings, crushed cars, debris everywhere. Does that sound familiar?
Exactly like our first image. She even mentioned how some houses in the background were still standing, just like we saw.
Then they shifted to talking about the reconstruction work. Sarah brought up all those professions we discussed earlier.
Laborers laying asphalt, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, welders, basically the whole construction crew.
She also described the conditions, the arid landscape, the heat, workers wearing hard hats and boots. That was straight from our second image.
And then Tom talked about his trip to Japan, which tied into our third image perfectly.
The busy streets of Tokyo, all those billboards and advertisements, crowds of people at the crosswalks.
He mentioned the bare trees, too, which helped him explain it was late winter. Seasons came up naturally in this conversation.
Plus, they threw in some Asian countries. China, South Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, the Philippines.
So basically, if you were paying attention during the image descriptions, you had a huge advantage understanding this audio.
That's the whole point. When you build your vocabulary around themes and contexts, it sticks better.
And listening becomes easier because you're not trying to translate every single word. You're following the overall meaning.
Exactly. So if you caught most of that conversation, give yourself a pat on the back.
That's right. And well, that's going to wrap up today's episode.
We hope you found these activities helpful for improving your speaking and listening skills.
Remember, practice doesn't have to be boring. Describing images, listening to conversations, these are things you can do anytime.
If you enjoyed this episode and want more content like this, please hit that like button. It really helps us out.
And share this video with anyone you know who's learning English. The more people we can help, the better.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We post new episodes regularly, and trust me, you don't want to miss what we've got planned next.
Also, drop us a comment. Tell us how you did with the image descriptions. Did the audio conversation make sense? What topics should we cover in future episodes?
Your feedback is super valuable to us. We read every comment and use your suggestions to create better content.
Until next time, keep practicing, stay curious, and don't be afraid to make mistakes.
That's how you learn. See you in the next episode.
Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.